Hey, what's up? I'm gonna review a video by Mario Reyes. I was wrong about everything, the truth. I usually don't look forward to reviewing any of the videos that I review, seeing as I wouldn't watch them myself, but I'm actually looking forward to this one, seeing as this guy said a lot of good stuff in the last video that I reviewed, the one where he called bodybuilders mentally ill. We'll see.
This video is going to be the realest and deepest video I've ever made. And low-key, it's not normally something that I talk about. However, I know that this video will change somebody's life and it could be yours. I came into a realization of what life and fitness is truly about over the last couple months. And quite honestly, it's kind of hypocritical to what I've told you to do in the past. But I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers who said something 1, 2, 5 years ago and keep saying it because they don't want to say that they were wrong. Because with more time,
That's cool, and that's how most YouTubers are. Not YouTubers, that's how most people are. Most people have this so-called ego, and they just cannot get over it. They can never admit that they are wrong. I'm somebody who's open and always says I could be wrong about everything that I say in my videos. Obviously, I don't believe that I'm wrong about it, but I'm open to the idea.
the wiser you become, and I've gotten a lot of wisdom about lifting weights, building your dream body, and how it won't really fulfill you and it won't give you what you actually want it to give you. And this is deeper than just lifting weights. It's about your whole life. For this video, it's a little off topic for what I normally talk about, but honestly, I don't care. This video could get 1,000 views or 1,000,000 views, but I'm gonna make
Not caring is good. Yeah, just talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's how it should be.
it anyways, because I know it could change one person's life. It could change your life. If I was 18 years old and I watched this video, it would change his life. And that's why I'm making this video, because I know it could change your life if you just really listen and dial into it, because this is a life lesson that took me 7 years of weightlifting to truly understand. The whole reason I started lifting weights was for external validation. What is external validation?
Exactly, that's what I talk about in my videos always. Notice getting these things in order to feel enough or good about yourself. Right. Because you feel like, even if it's something small, there's just something that you're lacking, you're not perfect, and almost nobody is today. That's why men feel like they need to go to the gym. For me, for example, it was that I felt too skinny. That was the main reason behind it. And I was, because my diet was horrible. I was actually weak looking, which is why you feel like you need to get all of this muscle to compensate.
It's for men to respect me, women to think I'm attractive, having higher status, making more money. Those things are external validation.
Yes, exactly. As I've said before a million times, but I'll just repeat it, you only work out for other people. Nobody on this earth works out for themselves, because if they did, if there would be no more people left on earth, then you would still go to the gym. And if you're not lying to yourself, then you know that you wouldn't, right? Apocalyptic scenario, but there's some gyms still left in the city. Everything is crumbling. What do? Well, let's just go to the gym and push metal for no reason. No, obviously not, never. Because you only do that to impress other people, to get attention, because you don't feel like you're worthy enough the way you are. And there may be some truth to that, but that's not going to help you. That's the point.
And that's the entire reason that I lifted weights. If you're familiar with my story, you would know that. I was a skinny fat kid who didn't feel confident in himself.
I was never skinny fat, but yeah, I was skinny. Not as skinny as that, but still.
It felt like building a great physique would allow people to actually like me. People would think I'm strong and think I'm respectable. And girls could think I'm good enough, I'm man enough, so then I would feel
It can give you somewhat of an illusion of being strong, but really, naturally, it's just how our senses work. We will see somebody as strong if they are tall and also big boned. The lack of muscle, if you really have very little muscle, yeah, maybe that's going to have an impact, but overall, it's not really going to do much.
Was good enough and man enough. I wanted attraction, I wanted respect from other people. The key here being other people. Even though I built more muscle and I wasn't 130 pounds anymore, but rather 170 pounds, why didn't that make me happy? Why didn't I feel like my physique was good enough? Why did having more status because people like my messages on YouTube, why did that not make me happy? The best way for me to illustrate this to you is through my YouTube journey, not actually my fitness. With my YouTube channel, I thought that when I hit 100,000 subscribers, that would make me happy. I hit 100,000 subscribers, then it didn't. So I thought 200,000 would make me happy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works with money also. It all doesn't exist. It's just beliefs that you're chasing your whole life.
It didn't. How about 400,000? It still didn't. And it wasn't until a couple weeks ago that I truly realized why nothing was making me happy. Nothing was making me fulfilled. Nothing was good enough for me. And this is a lesson I want you to really ingrain in your brain, in your heart, wherever you feel. No amount of external validation will actually make you happy. No amount of girls, no amount of money, no amount of status, no amount of muscle will actually make you feel good enough. If your goal is to make $100,000 a year and you make $100,000 a year, you're still gonna feel empty inside. I'll tell you that. Because
it's true and wrong what he's saying. No, getting money isn't gonna make you happy because money literally doesn't exist. It's completely in your head. Getting subscribers also, it doesn't exist. It's all in your head. You cannot subscribe to somebody even. How can you? Where is a subscription? Can you see it, smell it, taste it? No, it doesn't exist. Completely all in your head. And because it's all in your head, it means that you're chasing beliefs, ideas, and ideas and beliefs cannot fulfill you or make you happy. Absolutely. However, he is mixing all of that together with validation from women being attracted to you, or if you're a woman, then a guy being attracted to you, whatever you're into. There's a big difference, because if they are attracted to you and they give you this validation, attention, then it means that you're an attractive guy. And that means that they want to reproduce with you, essentially. And that means children. So this is very different. This is not a belief or an idea. This is nature, essentially. It means that you're a well-developed human being, animal. You're strong also, then most likely. You have to be if you're well-developed. And that means that you really succeeded in life more than you possibly could with anything else. It's the ultimate fulfillment. There's nothing better than that. That's why mixing all of this together is wrong. He's partly right and partly wrong about this. Because when you get this attention and you see that women are attracted to you, it really just means that it's going to lead to reproduction. And reproduction leads to children, and children make you happy. So it gives you this very great feeling of success in life.
you want that money for external validation. So the rational thought in your head is going to be, if I make $1 million a year, that'll make me happy. Then you make $1 million a year and you still feel that empty void.
For sure, and that's how it is with all of the billionaires. Eventually they realize that it's not what they wanted. However, in the slave system, they can use the billions, because other people believe in it, and trade them for real items, actual physical existing items, and they can get a lot of stuff which you would be able to get naturally, sort of partly, and they can actually get some sort of true happiness out of that. Something close to that. It's technically by manipulating people, that's how they get to that point. But still, so they don't actually care about the money itself because it's just an idea in their heads, but they do care about what they can get out of it.
In your heart. No matter how shredded I got at points, I needed more. No matter how big my biceps got, I needed more. No matter how many subscribers I got on YouTube, I needed more. And now I understand that those things aren't going to make you happy, and MMA brought me into the spiritual world more than I used to be. And I don't know what you believe in, but I believe in God. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to call God, in my sense, or what you believe in, your higher self. So even though I believe in God, for the sake of this video, I'm going to say I believe in a higher self. However, I am Catholic, and there's a scripture I read a couple of days ago that actually allowed me to figure out why I wasn't fulfilled, why my physique wasn't fulfilled.
It's pretty interesting because usually when you realize, this is how it is in slavery, that money is fake, or at least that money doesn't really give you any fulfillment, that you can get 1 million subscribers and be happy, and whatever kind of stuff, most of which are, as I said, ideas and beliefs only in your head, then the conclusion is, well, there must be something higher, something else that I'm missing. And this thing that you're missing is usually then a religion, God. Because the slave is not given any other options. You see, because this is what you've been programmed to believe your whole life. Everything else is artificial, fake, whatever. And if there is an answer to anything, then it's some kind of a religion and a God. And then you will be happy if you create a personal relationship with Jesus, as they always say. Although you could just easily email me. But you understand what I mean. They are always already given the answer to their problem, which is again not going to solve the problem.
Fulfilling me like I thought it always would. In Galatians 1:10 it states, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. What this meant to me was I was seeking external validation instead of seeking validation from my higher self. And it reminds you that when you search for external validation, it's just pulling you away from who your deepest version is. In my life, I found that going to the gym actually...
Right, your deepest version of yourself is your natural self. It's the human being naked the way it was born, without any ideas and beliefs attached to it. Your true self, God, is this human being that wants to do everything that it naturally wants to do. When you purely follow your intuition, most of what you have been told is wrong, is actually very good for you. It feels very good. And most of what you believe is good is actually very bad for you. But you cannot snap out of it because they created your reality. When you go back to your true, actual, natural self and you drop everything, which is insanely hard to do, for sure. I'm not saying that you can just do that from one day to the other. If you start eating raw meat, it will get better and better. Then one day you will just realize, wow, most of what I've been told in my life is wrong. And what I believed was bad for me is actually good for me, as I said. What is good is bad, and so on. And then you will realize that all that you need to do is just follow your intuition, and that's it. Your actual natural senses, and these senses will right away tell you, wow, well, everybody tells me that it's wrong to do this, but actually when I listen to myself, the higher self, God, I know that it's right. I know that I need to do this to feel good. And that's when you're actually truly awake, when you completely just do exactly what you want to do. When you don't do what you want to do, when you don't follow your intuition, you're still a slave, you're still asleep. You're still controlled by other people. Your whole life is controlled. That's really, if any, conclusion that he should come to. But it's very hard, I get it. Because the thing that you go to right away is religion always.
Symbolize my issues, my spiritual issues, my deep issues the most. When I go to the gym, I want the girls, the guys to think I have one of the best physiques there. And that already is a bad mindset to have. And now over the last week, I've been going into the gym solely focused on using the gifts God gave me. Like I have 2 arms, I have 2 legs, I'm pretty athletic. Those are the gifts he gave me. I didn't earn those, he gave them to me. And using those to make him, myself, my higher self proud. Like if I think I have a good physique, that should be good enough. And now I'm going through a healing phase because if you've watched my I'm a Loser video, you would know that my whole life has been geared toward making other people think I'm good enough. So in the gym lately, I'm battling myself. In the gym, I was almost thinking, hey, I hope this person thinks I have a great physique. But then I'll check myself and be like, why do I care what they think? I think I have a great physique. My higher self is proud of me for working hard and they think I have a great physique. That's all that should matter. And after my...
Yeah, the thing is, as I've said a million times before, there are no mirrors in nature. You can pretty much not even see yourself, very vaguely sometimes. Most people would go through their life never even knowing how they look like. And they would for sure not see, well, there's no metal in nature, some kind of trees laying around, whatever, rocks, let's just say, and then they would think, let's lift it up and down or start pushing or pulling the rocks or something. Because you wouldn't be working out or doing any kind of exercise. And they would for sure not want to improve their body by gaining muscle, all of this garbage. I get his point and everything, but it's just that you wouldn't be doing any of this nature in the first place.
Again, in my I'm a Loser video, I talk about how I built my physique searching for external validation. And then I dealt with some very difficult things in my personal life, and I felt almost a vengeance toward somebody or a group of people, which helped me fuel my YouTube channel, aka like a heartbreaker breakup. Yet that goes against everything I just mentioned on how you should live your life to be fulfilled. Well, this Instagram reel I found actually illustrates this very well.
You need to lose your mind. Just completely lose it. Let yourself break free from everything you know. Do the wild things you've never dared to do. Say the
Let go of everything. People don't get that it means everything. There's no God, no religions. Nobody can be Catholic. It's all in your head. You cannot be something that doesn't exist. It's an act that you're playing. When you're religious, when you have a job, it's all acting. Let go of everything and then only follow your intuition. That's the only true way to happiness. People just don't get that you have to let go of everything. They think, let go of going to the gym, watching TV. Oh, but no, my grandma was religious and my family too. And no, not that. That's okay. It's okay to have other man-made beliefs and ideas in my head. And they just don't get it. Everything has to be gone from your mind. Which again, as I said, yeah, it's hard, but you can do it. And then start.
words you've always held back. Become someone completely different from who you are now. Let yourself be uncommon, unexpected, unbound. But here's the key part. Make sure you come back. The whole point of losing yourself is finding who you really are underneath all your patterns and habits. When you return, you'll be different. Hopefully better, stronger, more real than before. That's the whole purpose of letting go. To find something more true within yourself. Just remember, don't stay lost forever. The goal isn't to break apart completely. The goal is to break free, then come back as someone new. This new version of you, that's your gift to yourself. That's who you were always meant to be. Let yourself lose it, but always come back home.
Whether it's a person or a situation that caused you to feel, I guess, vengeance, but the want for other people's validation, you can use that to fuel you. There's a reason why in the men's community they talk about how powerful breakups are. Because you're able to use the chase for validation and the vengeance to fuel your life and go after something meaningful. However, in this video, it talks about how you lose your mind. That's an example of losing your mind. And it'll help you find a different version of yourself, like it did for me. However, at the end, it says, don't forget to come back home. Don't forget to realize that the only validation that matters is yours and your higher selves. And honestly, I'd say over the last month, I finally came back home. I stopped caring about what other people thought of me in a lot of ways. Well, I wouldn't say stopped. I mean,
That does make sense, because why would you be going to the gym in the first place then? Why? Is there a benefit to going to the gym and lifting metal? You're only decreasing your lifespan. If you're doing it for yourself or for God, your higher self, wouldn't you want to be around for longer? Spend time with God? Or whatever you want to believe. If you go to the gym still, you're still doing it for other people anyway, obviously.
in the middle of a healing process because my whole life was built off of getting external validation. And my physique, my YouTube channel, low-key, everything I have was built off of the chase for external validation. I had lost my mind for a long time. And you might be in the same situation I was in, where you're building your physique or whatever you're building right now for the search for external validation, for status, for money.
It wasn't a bad video, it's just that most people don't understand that you need to let go of everything. And obviously, I'm not going to talk about this on YouTube, but most of the stuff, as I said, which you believe is set in stone, that should never change, is exactly what needs to change. And this is something that you just don't get. There's so many false beliefs and ideas which were implanted in your head when you were a child, which in your head is just completely right. You will let go of social media maybe for a month or permanently. You will let go of your religion maybe even, although usually people latch on to their religions. Maybe stop the sports which you were doing, if you can even get that far. But when it comes to all of this stuff, which again I can't talk about, which you believe is just completely correct, and that's how it has to be. All of that stuff, yeah, that's superficial, artificial. I'm awakening, I'm Neo, I'm getting off the Matrix, like Andrew Tate, yeah. and the way you do it is by becoming a millionaire. He's completely lost. What he says makes zero sense. But let's just say that you get beyond that and you believe, yeah, I'm starting to understand. But then there's always all of these beliefs that you have, that this is wrong and this is right. And that's what you need to let go of. And this is something that is so hard for people, because it's what your life is basically based on. And when you realize that for the most part it's upside down, what is right is wrong and what is wrong is right, that's when you realize, wow, that's how severely I was lied to. When you just let go of everything and just realize who you really are as an animal, that's the real awakening. And if you can drop everything and then reprogram yourself, so to speak, don't program yourself at all, of course, simply follow your natural program. Nature is just the program around you, and it also programmed you. It programmed you to know exactly what you need to do in this life to be happy and healthy. And when you let go of everything and you only do that, you know what it is, what you want to do in your life. You know it. And you know that it's problematic to do it, of course, but you can at least do most of it. And when you just purely follow your intuition and you realize who you are, that's it. That's the only and the true way to happiness. And people are brainwashed to let go of a few things, such as the media, as I said, some sports, whatever, and then they latch onto a religion or something. Because they just don't get that you need to let go of everything. Is there a God? Can we see, smell, taste a God? No, of course not. It's all in your head. Let go of all of the beliefs completely, and then start from the beginning and listen to your body. Okay, what do I want to do right now? Actually, what do you want to do? Stop with the fucking bullshit that you've been taught your whole life. What do you really want to do as an animal? Yeah, you know it. Thanks for watching.